this video? The reason is because we're documenting our start to finish on the Gibb. So we're in Kununurra right now. We've just finished our food prep, water prep, and we've got freezers, chockers, fridge chockers. We've packed it as much as we can. We've calculated how many apples, oranges and bananas we think going to eat. And we've been to the local supermarkets and we have stocked up. So over here you can see we've got plenty of bread. That'll be gone in a couple of days. The kids will smash that. Bananas, some of those will go to shakes. Apples, oranges, and as much fruit as we could get. We're going to eat all that first. Along the way we've got some water here. We've also topped up our tanks. Tanks are full. We've got about 300 litres of water. That's basically for drinking. We put in an extra filter over here, so everything should go through that filter. At the moment everything's clean, so we shouldn't need too much water along the way. Power, we've got solar, things that we've strapped down. We've learnt some lessons across the Central Arnhem Road and across the Marini Loop and Unadata track, where we've actually we fit this in, and it's got a strap across the front of it. I'd highly recommend doing that also too with your fridge. We've spoken to so many people, so many different caravans. There's the JCO Journey 2018. We've seen the top ends, the low ends, the middle ends. Everyone has their own preference of AM, but everyone has problems with their fridge. So we're going to strap it in as well as redo the screws. Down here in the bathroom area, it's a bit messy, but simply we've just got a little bit of a clamp to hold that in. We've siliconed in the shower. You guys see that small little clamp there. And also too, in behind here we have massive problems with dust along all the dirt tracks that we've been under. We've siliconed under the van. We've siliconed on top of the van. And just a final tip is that always check on top of the roof. So I went up yesterday to check one of the solar panels and just put a tiny little bit more structural silicon on, just because there was a little gap on one front area there, which was completely locked down, safe. It was fine, but then when I checked one of the other panels, two of the little feet that were on there had come completely loose. So it was just probably over time. It was a standard one from the factory. So I scraped away the silicon and re-siliconed it down. So always pays to check your gear. This is our starting point, Kununurra. We're heading from east to west, and we're going to document it along as we go and keep everyone updated. And hopefully people can learn from either our mistakes or from our preparation. And we'll see you soon and keep you updated. First stop is Emma Gorge. D-Day or G-Day. So we start the Gibb today, and we're very keen, but we've done a little bit of prep. So we showed you inside. I've got a couple of photos of the fridge stocked up and what we went through at the supermarket. Just to give you an idea of a family of 6, so that's 4 kids, 2 boys, 2 girls, and they eat like absolute farm animals. So they're all growing, which is great. So we've got age ranging between 8 and 14, nearly 15. So we're going through some food, but we're trying to ration it out so everyone can sustain these walks and have a good time.
We calculated 216 apples were required.
We did.
For the trip.
So we bought 110, so we've had to cut that apple consumption down per day. Where are we off to first?
So today we are off to Questro Station for a couple of days. There's some pretty good walks for us to do throughout the station. There's not a lot of free camping, so the choice is really Questro unless you stay out towards Kununurra and then drive back in. But on the way we are stopping at Emma Gorge, which is part of Questro Station, so you actually need a day pass to go there if you want to walk the gorge, which you can purchase from the Emma Gorge Resort or from Questro Station. When you book your accommodation with Questro Station, you can tack on the pass, family pass that we have got, which gives us access to Emma Gorge, so we won't need to stop and get that today. We can just roll in there, and then we will head to Questro Station, which means we don't have to backtrack to Emma Gorge after we've set up.
That's it. So we're at a free camp now. We stayed here last night. We're on the Ord River, so the Ord River's over there. We spotted a massive croc. I'll chuck in the footage of the croc, and we will we'll check that in and we'll go from there. So just quickly around the outside of the van. around the outside of the van. This here is our makeshift stone stomper. So from previous travels, we've had a few stones coming up. We didn't have time to get one, so we quickly made one. We've also got a bit of shade cloth from Bunnings that we're going to chuck on there and just see how it goes. If it rips, and we'll just cut it off and be done with it. We've also got here our heavy duty shackles. They're awesome. They're a 35 hitch. That should help with some of the articulation and bumps and whatnot. Got our fridge here and our day packs ready to go. We've got this cool little thing from Kmart which you can open the box from the front and the rear. With our drone on the top. Just again, this van is absolutely filthy, and the reason for that is because we know we're going to hit more dirt. We're on the bitumen for the next 4 days, but after that it'll get dirty and we'll clean it in Derby. If you come this way, we're going to drop our tyre pressures down. We've spoken to a few different people with our tyre pressures here. So normally we run them on road about 50 psi. We're going to drop these down to about 33 cold and just see how it goes, just to take a bit of that shake out of the van inside. So look, everyone's different. Follow whatever your manufacturer's specifications are. These is dual axle, the independent suspension. It's different to other vans that may only have one axle. You might change what you want. We've got all terrains on here, so we don't have to worry as much about the sidewall damage, although it is a factor. So I'm hoping I'm not coming back in the next video to talk about the horrific sidewall damage that we can't repair. However, we've got a plug repair kit if we get anything inside here. Coming around the back, we're just making sure that all these are tight. We've already lost one of our fishing rod holders along the way. So it is what it is. Now fuel, quickly talk about fuel. So we have got 2 20-litre jerry cans on the rear and 2 10 litres on the front on top of the toolbox on the drawbar. We've done a fair bit of travel and we're going to just calculate for a little bit of extra fudge factor of 35 litres per 100 with the Patrol. It is unleaded. We've got 98 in these ones, so when we need to use them, we'll use them. But the Gibb itself is 660 k's if we didn't do all the offshoots. But with all the offshoots, we're probably going to double that distance, so we will need to get fuel. Essentially, whenever we can get unleaded, we'll just fill up the car and use these when we need to. So we're not anticipating any fuel issues whatsoever. We've got Granny on the rear here, so she's come along for the ride. She's just sitting on there, doesn't really complain too much, and comes out when we stay 3 or 4 nights and the kids get to sleep in the swag. Around the back here to the shady side, the last bit. So up here, just making sure that all these are shut. In behind here, to reduce dust, we've put a filter in behind here that should capture majority of the dust. It's done a pretty good job so far. This is below the fridge, again 3-way fridge. The gas regulations, just be wary of blocking it up where you've got gas connected to your van. Like, that is actually something that you should not do. But when you've got ventilation in your van or you're traveling and you're not having any gas and there's no gas in your lines, just be cautious to cover up for dust, but also make sure that you're, as much as you can, keeping the dust out. Up here, this is yet another way to do it. So this is the HTP dust deflector. So that still allows all this air to pass through, hopefully deflect over, and then all the air to come from the rear of the fridge. And then also too, we've got entry points here where the hot water service is. A lot of people tape these up, so we'll just tape this up when it gets dusty. And as I said, we're on the bitumen for the next few days anyway. And inside here, you may be able to hear, I've got the dust reduction fan running. So we did do it yesterday and that actually worked quite well. So we haven't got any dust in the van just yet. Underneath, we've pool noodled everything, just because in the Jaycos there's so much stuff that can get caught up under the suspension. So just be wary of that, and just keep checking on screws, any leaks, any fluids coming from the van every time you stop. Make sure your doors are locked. Apart from that, the most important thing to do, come back around. Come on, come back around. We've lost you. Most important thing to do is have fun. Okay, so if something breaks and you're not being a dickhead, it's just unlucky. If something breaks and you are driving a little bit harder than what the conditions would allow, well, you know, it is what it is. So make sure you take your time, take it easy. That's what we'll be doing. If people want to pass us, go their hardest. We've got our UHF radio on, they can get in communications with us. Also too, we're dropping our tyre pressure on our car down. And we've also got airbag suspension, so we just look to level that out to keep the van as nice and level as we can to help for that ride. So next time we see you, it'll be at the sign of that says the Gibb River Road. Look
Hopefully
forward to
all
it.
roads are open.
Yeah, let's hope so. See you soon. Alright, we're on the walk back from Emma Gorge, and we've been on the Gibb for a good 4 hours now, so we're pretty seasoned veterans. And I must say, Emma Gorge, unbelievable. The only thing so far that's been difficult is trying to park the van in the car park. Otherwise, it's the best gorge we've gone to thus far on the trip. Eads?
10 out of 10.
Nice. Smither?
Probably 9 out of 10.
Sorry, at 8.5.
Oh, nice.
It's a bit cold.
9.59.
What?
Jesus. What's Mum giving it?
Yeah, I'm giving it a 10.
I'm just giving it a 10 out of 10.
It's pretty impressive.
And there is a secret spot if you stay to
Actually
the right
10.
and go around to the back of the rocks and you find it for
I
yourself.
changed my mind to a 10.
Anyway, I'll keep you updated.
I
let's
changed
go.
my mind to a 10.
Yeah, boy.
You turned around and punched me one.
We did.
Yeah. Okay, we're at the we're at El Questro, and we're going to do the El Questro Gorge walk. So we're making our way up. It's what time is it? It's oh, we're late. That's right, because it took so long to eat breakfast. So we wanted to start this walk at 7:30. It's about 7:45, so it's not too bad. Girls have got their packs. What do you got in your pack, Harper?
food, my rashie, my shoes, my tail, my hat, and Sonny's and Monkey,
And plenty of water.
and water.
Beautiful. All right, so they packed the night before. They're packed for all conditions. They got towels, they got Crocs, they got food, they got water, they got hats. We just sunscreened the car park. So we're up to McMackling at the very top. No, I'm getting a shake of the head. McDonald's.
McDonald's races!
McKillop. Mac Mickling.
What is that
That's the
noise?
one. Mac Mickling. In the back though, have a look at their start. Magnificent part of the Questro Road Gorge. to
We're
start
walking
off.
up there.
And we'll check in when we get to the top and say g'day. In the background is some sort of killer bird that's about to attack Libby, so we better keep moving. Alright, what do you carry on a bushwalk with 6 people? So you can't carry everything, but we just got a couple of things for tips if you want them. We've got the InReach Mini Pro, number 2. We've only used it once. That's when the boys went on a fishing mission out to Rope and we had 0 reception, so we just sent a message through to say that we were not stuck, there was no issues, we were still on our way. But what it is really handy for is offline maps. So there's a heap of apps you can use, but this one's actually quite good, the Garmin Maps. Particularly if you're trying to do a walk where you're trying to zoom in on some tracks and look right in and find like, are you headed in the right direction? So today's walk is, 10k return. It's probably going to get to about 38 degrees. So you don't really want to get lost wandering around. If you do, you just hit the button of whoever you've set it up for. But if you don't need it, then it's also good for maps offline. Have it on your phone. We carry a snake bite kit on the back here. So again, like when you're going kilometres into the bush, there's snakes out there. And it's just a safety feature that we have. We've got plenty of water on the back. Hats for shade, sunscreen. We carry a bit of sunscreen in here. Thongs if we know we're doing some water stuff. I've got a compass, and this is less about working out where we are and more about schooling outside on the run. So if you're actually looking to do some homeschool, it's much better to do it out in the, it captures more of the kids' attention rather than the paper for our kids.
Especially when you're trying to get home.
Yeah. What other things have you got in your pack there, Lib?
Lip balm.
Good tip.
It is a good tip. Your lips get sunburn out here,
Yep.
and the kids have used it heaps. Yeah, standard water, a few band-aids. I do have a shiwi on board. I would recommend that highly to all the
I have a
females
shiwi.
who don't have hiwis.
I've got a Hiwi, so I don't
I have
exactly
a
need a
Hiwi.
Hiwi.
Yeah, it definitely is handy.
Last thing that we probably carry in the back here, inside here, I don't know if you can see inside their tape. There's a whole heap of patience in there. So inside there is, you need a lot of patience on walks with kids and a positive attitude. So I'm just gonna, no patience in the back of this one. All right, so I'll have to step up for the crew. So anyway, that's what we carry. Let's know what you carry. Thanks. Bye.
I'm scared because I'm going to be falling under. Wait, dude, look at that! I'm rolling that from one hand, basically. I didn't know we were doing this today. And I didn't see till I got over that rock. We're gonna be so deep. Might as well just walk. It's got its phone in it. I'm not being able to throw it, Mama. You got baby? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Is everything tied on there?
Oh, no. Yeah.
So your chair's not going to fall off the way you.
Probably not.
So was I. Everything. Make sure everything's tied on properly.
I don't think it is. I'm scared.
No, just.
I'm freaking out. Oh, no, no. Hey, you're gonna get this wet. No, don't get Mama, please don't. Hey, don't grab my t-shirt.
Everything tied on properly.
I don't know. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Because I didn't myself. Oh, no. We are at Amalia Gorge and it was 3.4k return. We had lots of fun. We enjoyed sitting at the beautiful swimming hole at the end.
Review of Questro Station. So 700,000 acres of absolute magnificent land. Penacross River crossing to enter Questro Station. They had unleaded fuel, diesel fuel, offered chopper flights, basically whatever you wanted to do. If you wanted to glamp, camp, be empowered or unpowered, had everything for you. Had plenty of people and music playing at night. The food was had a pretty good range of food. But we loved the walks, didn't we, girls? So, what was your favourite walk, Eds?
I didn't know they were all really good.
Yeah, they're all a bit different. So they're all varying difficulties. Some of them quite difficult, up to a level 5 walk. But probably the highlight and definitely the longest one we did was Questro Gorge.
That was my favourite.
That was your favourite?
I think that would be my favourite.
Yeah, initially Emma Gorge got a 10 out of 10, and then I think the review afterwards was maybe Questro's 10 out of 10. Emma might have been 8 or 9 out of 10, and then we finished up after all that hard yard walking in the Zebedee Falls in the hot springs. So they were absolutely amazing, weren't they? Nice warm water. A bit like Mataranka, except for it doesn't smell. So fantastic way to finish off the trip. And now we've headed back onto the Gibb River Road and we're off to Home Valley Station. So you'll see episode 2 of Home Valley Station. So that finishes up part 1 of our Gibb River Road info. So we absolutely loved Questro Station. The walks we did was Emma Gorge, Questro, Amalia Gorge, and we did the Zebedee Springs. We also did a fish, and I'll put in a photo of the 2 barramundis that Tate caught out of the Jackaroo waterhole, which was a nice spot to go fishing in the afternoon. But overall, we really loved our 3-night stay, and then onwards and upwards to Home Valley Station. We'll see you next episode.